Good morning, community. This is Ryan Cassari again with the Retro Shaver. Today's shave I wanted to dedicate to my buddy Gary Stewart, just north of Tampa, Florida. And he, is an established knife maker that's now getting more and more into building custom straight razors. So today I'm going to be using a custom razor that he made for me. It's a Gary Stewart custom that has all titanium for the scales and the spacer, and then a hardened 01 carbon steel blade. With it, there's his stamp, and then he did a nice custom engraving for me, or etching, I should say, since this was my 30th birthday razor. Now this razor is an 8/8 French tip, and the whole design behind it was to have a more tactical looking straight razor to kind of redefine what the normal is. So this razor here, can't wait to do it. Finished off on a 20K, and this razor will be then paired with the Meissner Tremonia Indian Flavour. Now, this is not a cream or a soap, so a crow. It is a paste. All natural ingredients, wonderful scent, and can't wait to get into this tub. I had a chance to try some samples, loved them, decided to buy this from Straight Razor Designs. And then what we'll be lathering with this will be our Simpson Pure Badger brush. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of more backbone. I'm not really a brush guy overall, so I go with what works. And it still has the scent from the Scotch and Strong that I shaved with the other day. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this razor. Get into the shave. And if you guys would like to order the razor, I'll have information at the end of the video on the last few slides about where you can find the soap and also how you can get in contact with Gary Stewart. So one nice thing about these pastes as we get into our shave here, and just for those that are curious, I've already showered, is it doesn't take a whole lot. So the brush is wet. I'm gonna swirl a little bit. Add a drop or two of water. Not a whole lot. Hit the puck again. One more time. Slight drop or two of water. And what you'll find is I'm not blooming the soap because I don't see the need for it. Again, it's more of a cream paste. There we go. And already you can see it starting to get nice and sudsy. So this Indian flavor has a, let me make sure I'm saying this correct. The dominant flavors here is made with essential oils from coriander, mint, and lemongrass. So what's nice is it has a sweet-ish scent to it, but it's the back end has those nice spices that remind me of not necessarily like curry, but just walking into a nice Indian aromatic shop, or some of the like the sweeter incense type things. So I'm probably not describing that as best as I possibly could, but bottom line is it's definitely worth a shot. It's clean, it's refreshing, it's got a unique scent, and best part of it is there's absolutely no fragrance oils whatsoever. Everything's essential oils. As you can see, this thing is already doing a phenomenal job. The container actually holds over 6.5 ounces. So I know a lot of people are, possibly on the fence of, spending $25 for a, for a soap. But what they're not realizing typically is the value you get out of it. You're actually at the 6.8 ounces. So you're almost 7 ounces of soap for $25 on something that takes very little to load. And as you can see, it's building a huge and just very luxurious feeling lather. Okay, and this is already ready to go. So we're gonna set that down in the bowl. But and you'll find that there are a lot of soaps out there that the they might come with a little bit higher price tags, say in the $15, $18, $20 range, more than you're used to. But often what you'll find is they're truly worth their weight in gold. Now there are some that aren't. I won't mention any names, but for brands like Meissner Tremonia or Saplonificio Vedicino, you'll definitely get your money's worth. Sweet. So if you're not used to an 8/8, not necessarily for the faint of heart, but in no way should that deter you from trying them out, or even contacting Gary or any of these other guys to have a 6/8 or a 7/8 made. So here we go. This thing's just plowing through these hairs. Very nice feel. The lather's wonderful as well, so I'm anticipating this being a really nice shave. Feels wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So for those that are newer, you're not going to hear a whole lot of singing on this blade, because this is let's see if I can get a better angle. There we go. So what you'll see is this is a half to between a half and a quarter hollow razor, so more on the wedge side versus the hollow ground, which is normally where you get your singing from. But man, is it plowing these whiskers. And then as I'm, doing this and having an awesome time thinking about it, the other thing you want to be cognizant of too is when you're using a square tip, or in this case, a spike. So don't be afraid of them. Just always know where that blade is at. If you don't know, clean off the lather so you can see, and then go back to what you're doing. All right, there we go. First pass is done. So a little bit about what's up and coming. On the last video I did, I told you guys that you'll start to see more, and each week you'll see things added to not only the channel, but also to the vlog that's currently in the works and up and coming. So some of the first things you'll see are actual just blog posts, product reviews, and stuff like that, from where different vendors have reached out, asked me to review their products. And just one thing to keep in mind is everything that I am reviewing, I've purchased and paid for. So there's no, there's no biasness toward any product. There's no biasness toward any service, be it honing or whatever the case, even though I hone my own razors. So I just want to make that disclaimer, let you guys know that. All right, let's go with the second pass, using still what we did from. I really like this scent. It's a very unique profile, something I don't have in my collection. I just slung a ton of lather. But I'd heavily recommend going to Straight Razor Designs and ordering a sample. So it's the only place I know that you can actually get a sample. And now I got asked the question the other day: is there a difference between the paste and the hard soap? And bottom line is, I don't have an answer for you, since I've never used just the regular soap itself. I know that they're pretty much the same cost to try out, or I'm sorry, to buy in retail, and I believe the samples are the same price as well. So you might want to, ask somebody that might be a little bit more familiar, or I'm sure there's a wealth of information on all these groups. So. There we go. All right. Round two. Man, how easy is this thing to freaking go through these hairs? As you guys can see, and as I'm shaving here. So what I'll do is, since we're already at almost 15 minutes or 14 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up just a little bit, so you guys can see more of the razor in action, and the shave, and maybe pick up some techniques with it. Man, a good soap makes all the difference. I'm actually in the process of cleaning out my shaved end, and I'll be posting some pictures of things that I'm going to end up raffling off. So if you want first dibs, just shoot me a message when those pictures go up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is one of those things I'll definitely be ordering another blade. I just can't tell you guys enough how this thing's just cutting through these hairs. And it's such a well-balanced feeling. That little tip's great for picking up those small little hairs too. Okay, you know what? Normally I don't do a third pass, but I'm just in a really nice mood today. So I'm gonna wake up, or I woke up, I'm gonna have myself a little bit of homemade cappuccino, nice great shave, and then head to the beach, like I do most weekends. As you can see, even after 2 passes, I mean, again, I had no issues walking out the door. And for a lot of you guys that have contacted me recently, you know, you tell me you start having irritation after the second pass, and you know, if you start feeling irritation, you know, you need to check a few things out. You know, did you properly strop your razor? Is it, you know, how long has it been since the last, you know, refreshing on it? You know, is the, you know, was your face dry before you started applying your lather to it? You know, is your lather too dry, causing the blade to skip around? So you notice that there's a lot of variables that can, you know, can affect a really nice shave. One of the reasons why I always say start with it, you know, what you know is a shave ready edge, and you know, make sure you're using a nice performing soap too. As you can tell, I've added very, very little water to this stuff. And I'll show you what the brush looks like when we're done here. There we go. And not only that, I didn't even put a dent in the top. All right. Number 3 with our Gary Stewart custom. And what you'll notice is I will not go against the grain up here because they call it a fool's pass for a reason. Can I? Absolutely. I practice quite a bit. However, you won't see me do it too often. There we go. Okay. So now, another thing, and I was having a conversation with one of the guys, his name's Tom Goodman, last night, and we were talking about buffing. If you find that a blade's not quite moving, you can try buffing, which looks like this. Just making slight passes, you know, progressively forward. And every time you pull it back, you're pulling lather back with you. Okay. Awesome. That felt really, really, really good. Set the razor down, gonna rinse off. Now, what came to my mind, and another thing I thought about the other day is, how do people define baby butt smooth? Is it this way? Is it this way? Is it this way? Reality is it doesn't really matter. Whatever you're happy with, is really a personal preference. For me, I'm happy with knowing that I can go up, down, side to side, and I have it. This is a trouble area for a lot of people, so it's okay if you don't necessarily get that because you don't want to irritate it. But one of the things I like to do for that area is to take the blade in like this and just kind of buff it a little bit, since the hair grows east to west. Anyway, guys, let me go ahead and finish my rinse off here with cold water. Keep this video under 25 minutes total. There we go. Do a quick dry off. My new fade from Dell's Barbershop. And cool. And so anyway, just to recap, we're using a Gary Stewart Custom 8/8. I honed it myself. Look at that beautiful polished edge. The Meissner Tremonia Indian Flavour. You can tell even after the third pass, not having to go back to the puck, just how amazing this stuff is. And then my aftershave, since I didn't buy any aftershaves, I'm just going to go very nice and simple and use the L'Occitane, standard balm, their Province. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, put them below. Subscribe to the videos. You're going to see a lot more coming. And stay tuned for the end of this video for a list of the products used and how to also get in contact with Gary Stewart, so you too can order your own custom razor. All right, guys, have a good one and shave on.